Welcome to yet another astonishing episode of PCG News, where we cover TCGs, paper games, paper computer games, and anything from the universe of paper computer games. We'll report on anything from the community. So if you know of a PCG related story you think I should cover in the next episode of PCG News, I've linked a Google Doc in the description below. Please drop a link in that document and I'll be happy to include it. There's a lot of stories to cover, so let's get to it. Russell Tabata, a paper gaming YouTuber who used to make paper games, has released his first paper game in over 2 years. The game is a new version of a scrolling Super Mario Bros. Paper game, which is a remake of a game he'd made years ago, and it looks pretty cool. Russell says in the video that he's not going to promise to come back and make more content, he's just coming back this time, and he may or may not come back with more paper game content, depending on whether he wants to, which I think is a good and realistic attitude to have. In fact, if anything, him saying that makes me think he's more likely to come back. Either way, we wish him well and good to see him back for this video. Cool PCGs has released early art for his upcoming book, Cute Guy, The Bad Guy, which is based on his Cute Guy PCG. Not much is known yet about the book, but the art looks really cool. The original Cute Guy game takes place on a distant planet called Misto, and you play as an experiment created there trying to get a crystal. It'll be interesting to see how this new book ties into that story. YouTuber Taboo Contract TCG is doing pre-release pack openings for her TCG Taboo Contract. The game is a tactical TCG where you try to strategize to maintain control of the board. Her game is available for sale and the art looks pretty darn cool, and it's an interesting concept for a game. We've had a few short paper games released lately. Minecraft Dude on YouTube released a one-page Minecraft paper game. Meanwhile, YouTuber Sonic Sega released a short Sonic the Hedgehog paper game, which he showed in a YouTube short. Siren the Elf released a PCG entitled Elf Adventures No. 1, which is a simple, straightforward PCG adventure. Basically, you play as an elf and there's orcs trying to kill you. There isn't really much backstory, at least not in the video, and it's a short PCG, only 3 pages long. Just some good classic PCG gameplay, trying to survive each screen and get to the next one. HMB Tiger Games has released a new PCG in the Agent Peanut series, a series started by Salmon the Fish PCG, in which many creators have been contributing to lately. The new game is called Agent Peanut Mystery, and it's an expansion to HMB's previous game in the series, Agent Peanut Escapes. It's a short game about 2 pages long and focused more on story than gameplay. It's awesome that he's continuing to flesh out the story of Agent Peanut, and he plans to continue with the Ancient Peanut franchise. If you'd like to try the game, you can play it with HMB in his game room in the PCG Discord right now, and if anyone wants to make their own games in the Agent Peanut series and expand the lore of that character, you can do so. Epic Underworlds has released the PCG expansion for his game Epic Underworlds. Now, all of his TCGs, including his current TCG Epic Underworlds, already take place in the PCG universe, at least in his own corner of it, in a star system called the Shogun Sector. But still, most of the game's cards are original and not based on characters or things from other PCGs. The PCG expansion for the first time adds a lot of PCG characters into the game. It has tons of classics like Zuvak and Tutorial Bot, but some of them are new versions of themselves like Wizard Zuvak or Demonic Tutorial Bot. The art looks incredible and the character concepts are clever, and Epic is also releasing some of the art from the set as posters. The Demonic Tutorial Bot poster is already available on the PCG shop. You can get the card set itself on Game Crafters, all links in the description below. Epic Worlds PCG also created a paper computer game called Squid Town, which was made specifically for me to play with my friend Ari, since Ari's nickname is Squid and there's a squid theme to all the PCGs about Ari. The game has you playing as Zack, taking place 40 years after the last PCGs, with Zack searching for Ari, who's been missing for years. He comes to a village on an alien world where a group of squids are being exterminated by a mysterious beast. Now, I won't spoil the ending, but I recently played it on stream with Ari and it was a lot of fun. fun. You can watch the playthrough right here on this channel, or download the game and play it yourself from the PCG shop at papercomputergames.com. Salmon the Fish PCG released a new episode of the Paper Computer Games podcast. Normally the podcast is every week, but it's been on break for the past few months. We've all been hoping it would make a return, and that has finally happened. The new episode is all about getting back into things, with Salman not only explaining why he's been away, but also turning it into a really good discussion of how to get back into PCGs after you've been away for a while, which is good advice for all of us. And that reminded me exactly why we need the PCG podcast back. So here's hoping it's back to stay. You can find all the episodes, including the new one, on the Paper Computer Games Podcast YouTube channel, as well as on Spotify. If you know of a TCG, paper game, PCG, or PCG related story you think I should cover in the next episode of PCG News, I've linked a Google Doc in the description below. Please drop a link in that document so I'll know to include your PCG. And that's all the PCG goodness I've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching, folks. You folks are the best as always, and PCG later.